Hello, everybody. Are you ready for some Saturday night hockey? I know I sure am. Always excited. Something special about Saturday night hockey. I think that goes back to Canada with Hockey Night in Canada being on Saturday night. So, anyway, it was great for me. Late start tonight at 6 o'clock. So I got a little extra drum practice in. So that was good. But let's check into the game tonight. So we definitely are looking for a way better performance out of the Owls tonight than what we've seen all 4 games this year. So going into this game, the Owls are 1-2-1, and believe it or not, Arizona's even worse than that. They're 0-3-1. So I guess we're the favorites going into this game. We're 8th in the Metro. Phoenix is 7th in the Central, and we're averaging about 2.5 goals a game and Arizona's 2, but we got 4 goals against, and they've got about 5.25. So our penalty kill is looking brutal. We're sitting at 28th in the league. Arizona's 22nd. We got an 8.3% power play. Ouch. Ouch. Our leading goal scorer is Wallstrom, and he's also our leading point getter as well. We heavily outweigh Arizona in the game tonight in the faceoff circle too. We're running around 52%. They're running around 46. So we block way more shots and then pretty much double, and we also double them in hits as well. So hopefully we're looking for a good game. What am I going to be looking for in this one? I guess I hate to do it, but I'm going to be looking at Chara again. I don't expect to see much different, but I'm hoping for better results and overall consistency from some of the other players. If we're going to score by committee, we need the committee to start scoring. So I'm looking for goals coming from all over the place. It just doesn't have to be Barzell all the time and Lee and that. So, all right. Well, I'm excited. Let's get going, watch the game, and I'll see you in between the first and second intermission. Had a little nap for the first 10 minutes of the game there. Holy moly, talk about boring. Man, the Islanders couldn't even make a pass to each other. It was crazy. Like, Arizona was kind of taking it to us, but they weren't doing much better. But I guess as far as first periods go, we're going to have to take this as a good one because we're winning. So I'm going to take that for what it is. Isles get outshot 9-4, and the only difference I can say is you could see the effort in the Islanders tonight. You could see on all the lines. I'll give it that. In my opinion, no doubt the fourth line was the best line of the period. They had high energy going the whole time, especially Cal and Casey. They were really moving out there and flying. And a bit of a pleasant surprise that Chara wasn't much of a detriment in that period. So that's not too bad. He made a couple of gaffes there, but they were fixed up pretty quick. So I guess I'll take that period from Chara right now. That's the way it's been going. There's been a couple guys flying out there. I thought Palmieri's really been flying out there. Parise as well. Parise's really been very noticeable out there tonight, and Pajot a little bit better than his first few games. I thought, in my opinion, and whatnot. But I don't know. You get you would have to, if you don't have two eyeballs. Anybody without two eyeballs would get off the hook, but anybody with two eyeballs can tell that Josh Bailey was the problem on the second line, and that's why they were doing so bad. So what's the solution to that? Let's promote him to the first line. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, even though Maddie and Anders are really flying out there. I gotta say, Anders is probably just my imagination, but to me, he actually looks faster than he was before the surgery. I've noticed it in a couple games. He was really flying out there. Really nice to see for sure. I thought I love seeing the power moves by Brock at the end of the period there on the 4-on-4, way he was using his body to fend off that guy for about 20 seconds. That was real nice to see out of him as well. So Ilya, he was solid, but I would say nothing of the real hard variety. But hey, they got 9 shots through, and he stopped them all, and we're winning this game because Cal Clutterbuck, another one upward. Babushka keeps the borscht. I tell you, Clutterbuck always scores the most prettiest goals. And once again, it's unassisted. However, I think this one's going to get changed. I think Pellick will end up getting an assist on this one once they review that play. But normally it would have been updated by now, and it hasn't been. So uh, yeah, another. I mean, we're going to have nobody in the top 150 in scoring if we score all our goals unassisted. That's kind of a crazy little thing going on. Overall, in the first period, other than being a total snoozer, we didn't get a shot until 8 minutes into the game. We kind of picked it up a bit, not too much. So hopefully they find the groove in the second period. So anyway, it wasn't bad. Isles are up 1-0. Got to go from there. See you in between the second and third. You know what? I'll take it. Islanders take a 1-0 lead into the second period and come out on top 2-0. Another not so great period for the Islanders. We really haven't put it together yet this year at all. Yeah, it's not like we were being pressured so badly by the Coyotes, but oh man, we just, you can see the efforts there. But you know what? I also thought this was going to happen even before the game. I thought about this game going into it, and I thought, okay, Arizona, this is a team that we should pile some goals up against. And then I thought to myself, well, you know what? Barry's going to take this game to shore up the shore up the defense. I just know it. And so I think the Islanders are going back to their finer details of defensive game and taking advantage of their chances when they get them and whatnot. So I kind of had a feeling going into this game it might be something like this. However, I wasn't kind of expecting the territorial edge to be to Arizona. Thankfully, Ilya has had a great game for us all game long. He really hasn't had to be too spectacular, but he's made a whole bunch of solid saves, just like he did last game as well. I was really pleased with Chara's period too. I know it seems like I'm always talking about Chara, but Chara seems to be one of the main focal points right now. I thought he had an excellent period, actually, probably his best period as an Islander. A lot of guys are playing good out there. Palmieri's flying. Nelson had a great period, and Nelson hit the post before we got our goal. That marks the third time in 5 games that we've had at least 2 goal posts hit. So looks like we're back into the goalpost thing again. I thought by getting rid of Everly, maybe the goalpost might come down, but we're still hitting them. Overall, fairly good defensive game. You know, we're keeping Arizona at bay, playing Islander defensive hockey. So I'm not going to be too upset. The most important thing right now is wins. If you want an exciting team that scores lots of goals, you can look at the Leafs, but that's not a winning formula when you play like that. So I'll take the W's anytime over too much entertainment, but I would still like some entertainment. How about like a 3-4 goal period or something here, Islanders on the third period? I would really enjoy that. All right, so great second period as Bailey scores just before the period ends. That was all Brock, by the way, too. Brock knew that the period was winding down, and man, I don't know if I've seen Brock hit a top end speed like that before. Man, he got down the ice in a hurry, got it over to Bailey, and I see that NHL.com has actually changed the goal over to Nelson from Bailey and Dobson. I think when they look at it again, they're going to change it back to Bailey once again. It was a double deflection, and I think Chychrun was the last one to touch it, unless it didn't hit Chychrun and hit the back of Brock's leg. But it definitely changed directions twice. So it's either Chychrun's stick or it went off Nelson's leg. So, but officially, as of right now, it's Brock Nelson from Bailey and Dobson. Okay, guys. Let's shut it down. I'm not looking for goals. I'm looking for a win. Let's have a good third period, come out strong, and take it to them. The best defense is a good offense. All right. See you guys at the end of the game. Let's go, Isles. Let's hope for a W. Yes, yes, yes. Islanders win 3-0. Oh, much needed win for the Isles tonight. Not the best of games, but you know what? W is a W. So it's good. The Islanders are back to 500. So we'll go from there. Metro Division this year is crazy. Everybody else is winning. They're all the Metro is beating up the rest of the NHL badly. So yeah, there's some teams with a lot of points already. So big win for us to get us back to 500. And wow, great game by Ilya as he pitches a shutout for us. He should have had a shutout last time, but oh man, I could not believe we gave up that opportunity with 48 seconds left. What a great save by Ilya. I'm going like, guys, are you kidding me? You blew his last one, and now you're going to let him. Ilya said, nah. Yet, that is not happening tonight, and shut him down. Great job by Ilya. Great game by Ilya. And I'm always happy when I got Ilya on both my fantasy teams. So big shutout tonight. Certainly won't hurt me at all. But yeah, great third period by the Islanders. Best Islander period of the season. So I was kind of wondering what would happen being up 2-0. I wondered if they'd go into a shell. But I always remember the Islanders were always at their best when they were pushing instead of sitting back, like doing the best defense is a good offense, but nothing stupid. And that's kind of what they did tonight. They came out and they pushed the play in the first 3 minutes, and I went, yeah, this is going to be good Islander hockey. And then they just took advantages of their chances, like a lot of times they'll do when they're defending a lead, because they push, I'll say 80%. And if it's not happening, then they back off and protect the lead. But because they're constantly pushing, they end up getting a chance or two. And a lot of times they'll score. And we actually got 2 goals in the period. Palmieri was robbed of a goal. And I got to tell you, man, Brock Nelson, I don't think I've ever seen him skate like the way he skated tonight. What a whale of a game by Brock tonight. He was fantastic out there. So poor Palms loses his goal, but eventually the entire second line gets on the board as Beauvillier scores assist from Brock and Palms on that. Islanders take a 3-0 lead. They pretty much coast to victory. And win it, except for that breakdown in the final minute against Ilya there. So we were being outshot badly in the game, but we finally ended up close. So Arizona ended up shooting us 26-24. Isles were 1 for 2 on the power play, and we were 1 for 1 on the PK. So a good night in the special teams department. Definitely helped out the Islanders when we were 54% in the face-off circle. That helped a lot. We out-hit them. Blocks were roughly even. So not the best game by the Islanders, but you know what? W is a W. So you kind of had to know that the Islanders were going to try to shut her down tonight. So overall, I guess I'll take it. Let's break down the players as I seen them tonight. We'll start with the first line. I thought Anders and Matt ran into the problem that Bo and Nelson were having. They basically had to play with each other, and that's kind of what was happening. That line wasn't as good as it had been the games before when they had Palmieri on there. And so, yeah, I thought Barzell and Lee actually played fairly well, but it's hard, like playing 2.5 men or whatever you want to call it. I know maybe people are going to get mad at me because I'm being so hard on Bailey, but I mean, look at the second line tonight. Look what happens to the second line. Bailey leaves and they have an outstanding game. Mind you, I haven't seen Brock skate like that in ever. I don't think he was really motoring out there tonight. He had a great game. Palms had a great game. And Bo had a good game too. Yeah, the whole line was firing on all cylinders. So that was big for us. So they came through for us in the crunch. Getting a power play goal certainly helped out the Islanders tonight as well. So going down the third line, I thought third line, that's the best they looked as a cohesive unit. I don't think any of them stood out. Maybe Parise stood out to me tonight, and Wally stood out for doing the little things to me, but they were really noticeable. And he was hitting, he was doing everything tonight. The only thing he didn't do is score. So he wasn't dominating like he normally can do, but he still looked really solid out there. And I thought Parise looked fantastic out there. And JG, he's getting stronger as the season goes, I guess. So, and can't forget that he just came off the flu too. So that can do it. And the fourth line, well, outstanding. All of them, all three of them. Fantastic job, guys. The one thing I noticed, the goals that Clutter is scoring now are the type of goals that he scored before he got himself cut on the wrist there with the skate blade. And it seems like for the very first time, he's really got his power back in his shot, and he's basically going bar down just like he used to in the old days. So yep. So we got a 3-0 win with Clutterbuck, Nelson, and Beauvillier scoring. Taylor, the defense pairings, man, I thought Andy Green was 100% solid tonight. That guy had an amazing game. He was so good. He's unnoticeable, but man, he was good out there. And Dobson, holy cow, you could just see the confidence in this kid. He's just about there. He's really looking really solid out there, looking really confident. I really like that pair tonight. And of course, Pellick was always Pellick good, as he always is. And Chara had his best game as an Islander tonight. He definitely wasn't a detriment to us, mind you. Yeah, it would have been a whole lot better if he hadn't had that shift with 2 minutes left in the game where he was an absolute 100% mess and lost puck like 3 times within about 10 seconds. But other than that, that was his best game of the season for the Islanders. So he wasn't a detriment. He was making some good breakout plays and that tonight. So he was more of a positive than a negative for sure. So who does that leave me with? That leaves me with Pulock. Pulock, I thought, had a really good game tonight, and Scotty had a good game as well. So which obviously reflects in the 3-0 win, but I think it was more than just that. I think it was the forwards as well. And that's how we get shutouts, is when we're working as a 5-man unit out there. So overall, pretty happy. Getting us back to 500 is good. I finally saw the Islanders tonight in the third period. I know we can even be better than that third period that we had. We were playing Arizona. You got to keep that in mind. But that's the first time I really seen what looked like last year's Islanders finally starting to play out there, even though it wasn't a good game for us. And it was pretty boring too, most of the time. So great game by Ilya. Congrats on the shutout, buddy. And yeah, that's about all we have for now. So everybody out there, I hope you have a great Saturday night. Take care and peace out.